Hey folks, welcome in to Genshin Thursday. I spent an evening with a friend last night, so I did have to drive home this morning. I didn't even get to help with barn chores. I had most of my coffee, and then I skedaddled on home so that I would be able to do stream here with y'all today. Today we are playing, of course, Genshin Impact because it is Thursday. I just need to... oh goodness. Because it's on the loading screen, it's not going to show you. It just looks like nothing. Well, that will resolve very, very soon, I'm sure of it. In the meantime, I will let my Discord know that we are live. Just so that folks can come and join us. There we go. Finally have some kind of picture to enjoy. And let's see, what else do I have to open? I need to open my stream manager so I can have a chat. I didn't get to finish my coffee this morning, so I got here and discovered I still had some coffee from yesterday in my French press. So I poured sugar in my cup, and then I poured that coffee into the cup, and then I realized because I used double grounds yesterday that there was like one mouthful of coffee in that press. So unfortunately for me, mostly I just have milk, sugar, and a splash of coffee in that cup. Not what I wanted. We are here. Genshin is happening. Alright, controller. We are ready to go. Well, welcome in. As you can see, we are still in Liyue. I think I don't know, I would guess maybe halfway through, but I'm really not sure. If Ninipyeon joins us here in a little bit, I'm sure she will let me know where I am at in the overall scheme of things. We are going to get to continue to enjoy the Lantern Rite until we finish that quest line, I am told. Which I'm actually kind of glad about. I was interested in it, and I think it is a very beautiful event. But I was talking to Ninipyeon about the fact that it would be nice if I could get things like in release order, which she said is a feature that apparently exists, but I apparently don't. Okay, she gave me a button, look to see if I have something to focus the story quest. Okay. Well, we'll go check for that. As we clear all these things. I don't have it for the main story, unfortunately. So that sucks. Hello, Ninipyeon. I was just talking about the button you mentioned. I do have it for other quests, but I don't seem to have it for the Archon quest. So we won't be able to focus on just the release order storyline, unfortunately. Good morning, how are you? Glad to hear that you're doing alright. Had breakfast? Ah, I want breakfast. I have a very sad cup of coffee, and then I also have some spicy V8, which I do like, but I would dearly like some little sausages. I used to really not like sausage when I was younger. I preferred bacon. These days I'm willing to accept sausages. Spicy V8 is delicious. I don't like fruit. So, like, I know V8 has versions where they're, like, sweet, so they taste like fruit juice, and then you, like, sneak the vegetables in. No. I like spicy vegetable juice. That's what I want. Vienna sausages. Oh, yeah, those are better. Claim this stuff. Claim this. Oh, got it all. Okay. Change avatar. We got a new avatar. Lynette. Oh, because we pulled her, I bet. Alright. Hopefully... Let's see. I'm gonna move the chat, because I'm wondering if the chat is covering something that I can't see in the menu. I'm not sure. Maybe the wit? Oh, can ascend. That's what it wants me to do, I bet. Now you want a spicy V8. I will support you. Adventurers Guild has posted an emergency relic commission. The performance of the adventurer that takes up the challenge will affect their ranking within the guild. Take your next step toward the stars and the abyss. I realized, like, that's like space, or like it's not necessarily death, but I have to say the way I take this is like, take your next step towards dying. Mini Pion says she likes my laugh. Thank you. And I wasn't, like, trying to laugh there, so I don't even know if I laughed the same way. But there we are. You know, I spoke this morning for, like, half an hour. Granted, I was silent again in the car then for the next half an hour, but I spoke for half an hour, and I did not have to cough a bunch. And now I do, and I wonder if I speak in a different part of my throat when I'm on stream compared to when I talk in person. Just because... I guess that would explain why I feel like I have to cough once I get on stream every time. Nini Pion says, considering in-game the Abyss is the big bad, you don't normally want to go to that. Oh, okay, great. Well, I guess as an adventurer, though, you're always looking for the boss that drops the best pants, you know what I mean? Like, if it has better stats, I want it. Also a scary moment in gamer experience is when you realize your laptop was actually really precariously balanced on a cord and could have hit the ground at any time. That wasn't great. Nini Pion says, I get that. I use a different voice at work too, and even when I try to use my normal voice, it just won't work. Yeah, I definitely know that I had a customer service voice when I worked for a tech call center. Occasionally I would have a local friend over while I was at work, basically. She'd just be stopping in because it was work from home times. And she said that I spoke in a different voice. Let us continue and see a little story this morning.
Well, hello. You found me at last. I've been waiting for you.
Spooky. Oh, right. We were smelling people. What a statement. But you're right, Nini Pion, I forgot about that.
What? How did you know we were coming?
Oh, I heard a rumor about a couple who were snooping around town looking for a sweet-smelling lady. Actually,
Sketchy.
I was starting to worry you wouldn't find me. This is the ultimate test of my appeal, after all.
Snooping around? Why are you making it out like we're bad people?
Because what you're doing
What
is
can
weird.
I say? People love to talk. Maybe you ought to be more discreet in the future if you don't want word to get around. Relax. I know why you're here. You want to get your hand on my homemade perfume, don't you? What kind would you like?
I am looking for a bespoke triple silk flower variety.
3 in one go. My goodness. You have extreme tastes for someone your age. Maybe the rumors I heard were true after all. You're on the prowl and need some sweet-smelling ammunition. Is that it?
I don't do that. It's for Rex Lapis.
Is that the best you could come up with? Even if you were genuinely offering perfume to a deity, that doesn't explain why you'd need 3 kinds. Sorry, your story just doesn't hold water.
Zhongli was right. People don't remember this tradition anymore.
Nini Pion says, it's kind of annoying we have to buy 3. Zhongli explained why, but still. I might have a different perspective, I think. it indeed would be important to allow an honored spirit, just like an honored guest, to pick what they most want if the goal is their satisfaction. Like, I think as the gift receiver, usually you try to honor the giver's desire to give to you, but when you're a gift giver, it's not just like, well, I can just give them whatever, it's the thought that counts. I mean, that really shows the quality of your thought, that you just want to give a gift, but you don't care if it's the best thing for the person. So, I don't know. But I also have, like, a spiritual inclination that understands offerings and the importance of the relationship, or, like, the style of relationship, too, that's built through doing that. I don't know. This makes sense to me. But I do understand it's expensive. But he's dead. Yeah, but he's, like, a god or a spirit, so presumably he still has some level of influence or existence somewhere. This is very not atheistic.
As one of my favorite poems goes, O cherry tree, begrudge not thy blossoms as they are deflowered in the spring, for come winter, even thy sturdiest wood shall wither.
That went over Paimon's head a little.
In short, I'm happy to help. Traveler, you can be my assistant, but you'd better make sure I'm the only person on your mind while you're hanging around with me.
I'm a child.
So, where is a good place for making sweet, sweet perfume?
How about the kitchen at Zhan Ling's place, just because I assume there will be other people there and you're kind of freaking me out?
You mean Wanmin Restaurant? Good choice. Let's go.
Rendezvous with Yinger. So we go. I am planning a overnight trip for work for a training we're going to. And, since it's an overnight trip, we're going to dinner the night before. And the employer pays up to a certain amount. It's not like, I mean, you can't get hundreds of dollars of food, but our meal is paid for the evening. And I asked for suggestions in the town where we're going, if anybody knows of any restaurants there that they want to go to. And the main one that someone has suggested so far is a Chinese restaurant, which I'm excited about, but also I'm gluten intolerant, and most soy sauces, they actually do use wheat, because it's a cheap thickener to, like, add, not cheap thickener, a cheap, like, bulking agent, and also I'm sure it changes the flavor a little bit. So, most of the time if you're eating at a Chinese restaurant, I can't eat gluten-free, even though you're like, oh, but it's made with rice or whatever. Like, the soy sauce they used is gluten contaminated. It has gluten in it. And so, like, part of me wants to go to the Chinese restaurant, and then part of me is very concerned about that, because, like, that awareness of, like, the soy sauce had gluten in it. I worked for a Asian bistro and sushi place, and, like, they didn't know that. And I remember, like, asking the chef one time, like, does this or that have gluten in it? And they were like, oh, no. And then they came back to me 45 minutes later, after the customer had already eaten the food, and said, oh, wait, yes. And then they didn't want to do anything for the customer. So actually, I just comped the whole table's meal, like, out of my own pocket. But of course, they were very upset. And I don't know. I'm always afraid that people, like, don't realize how dangerous someone's food intolerance or allergy could be, and, like, how real it is, but also B, that, like, the employees themselves, like, they're not being malicious, but, like, they haven't been taught. They just don't know what's in the food. Anyway, so I want to go to the Chinese restaurant really bad, but also I am afraid that I will eat at the Chinese restaurant and then, you know, have consequences later because I'm intolerant to the food. That is not fun, physically or mentally, for several days after I eat gluten. So that sucks. Nini Pound says, well, see if they have gluten-free options. Yeah, she said that they do have a gluten-free menu, so hopefully they're at least somewhat like, aware, but a lot of times people think gluten-free eating is, like, a diet choice, like, you know, like, oh, I'm just trying to avoid carbs or something, and it's like, no, it actually causes symptoms. You wouldn't feed peanut-contaminated stuff to somebody with a peanut allergy, but with gluten, people, like, don't think it's real, nope, it can make, I mean, I don't have the worst version of it. A friend of mine does. She gets, like, burning skin, if she eats gluten. But, I don't know. It just makes me not want to eat out anymore because, people don't get it, or they don't realize, like, you can't cook gluten-free bread in the same toaster that normally has normal bread in it because crumbs from the normal bread end up on the gluten-free bread, and then you eat gluten, and then you have symptoms. Yeah. Pion says, it's one of those things where the bad apples ruin the bunch. Yeah, because I'm sure, like, there are a lot of restaurant and people who do care, but there also is a significant amount of restaurants that don't, or that don't realize that they have employees who don't understand how important it is not to stir the gluten-free pot with the same spoon that was used in the, I always say, gluten-full pot. Anyway. Let's see what's going on at this restaurant. We're not even gonna eat here. We're gonna make perfume.
I've had a word with Chef Mao. We can start work now. Are you ready to please me?
No, I'm a child.
What did you say?
I meant make me proud. As my assistant, obviously.
Gluten-free perfume.
While I'm setting up, you can go and fetch some water.
I don't know very much about perfume, because it doesn't super, like, interest me for the most part. I think we talked about this before, probably because my sense of smell is bad. Although I tend to be able to smell what I call, like, chemical scents. So, like, inexpensive air fresheners, or candles, or perfumes. Like, it all just smells like bug spray to me. It's a not good... How do we get back there? Not good smell. I don't think you want perfume to be anything more than a thin liquid, because you just want it to, like, stick to you to have a scent but not a color. But I know, like, gluten-free cosmetics, if people, like, I don't wear those either, but, like, if people put it on their skin, some people have, like, gluten issues even if they're just touching it, or if, of course, if it's on their face, like, it just ends up in their mouth, you know? And, like, it's cosmetics, so they don't necessarily report what's in it on the bottle. But people will use wheat as a thickener, because flour is inexpensive. I don't know. I really became aware once I started having a food intolerance how alienating it is to have one. Both because suddenly, like, things that you didn't have to think about, you now have to think about every time you pick up something off a shelf, or you eat something at a friend's house, or you're at a restaurant. But then also, like, even when there is a gluten-free option, usually it's like you go to, like, a potluck and everybody can eat, like, a huge selection of, like, 24 things. And then for you, there's, like, one poorly flavored option. And, like, I appreciate that they're being inclusive by having a gluten-free option at all, but it makes me just not want to go, because I am eating one thing that, honestly, frequently is not very good. Like, gluten-free pasta and bread is terrible most of the time. But that's what people tend to go for. And then, or, like, unseasoned chicken is something I've gotten on a plane before as the gluten-free option. Compared to, like, everyone else getting, like, pasta and stuff like that. And it just... Like, just having one option while everyone else has 25 different things, and I'm looking at all the stuff I knew I used to love eating. It's upsetting. It doesn't feel good. And it has made me more aware that, like, just having an option for the person with an allergy is not going to make them feel like they're part of the group. Nitty Pion says, I think the Traveler is technically a young adult. Okay. Yeah, I mean, maybe he's in his later teens. I don't know if this is drawing water. This is just a bucket of water. drawing water would be if there was a well. I love games that, like, have all these knickknacks. Like, not that character art and stuff isn't cool, and story design is obviously great, but I feel like there's part of me that would not mind being a game artist that does environments and also detailed knickknacks of food and stuff. He does kind of have the baby face. It is indeed the details. Like, look at this. I want to eat these so bad. Just give me a giant one. Like it is the Renaissance Fair.
This water will do nicely. Now, I need you to extract the silk flower essence using a crafting bench. Perfume making uses an altogether different technique from alchemy. Here, let me teach you. Very carefully, take hold of the mortar and pestle. Gently does it. You need to keep your wrist firm so your hand doesn't slip. Now, use your strong hand to stir it with a persistent rhythm. Keep going until the juices start to come out.
Alright, I get it. We're done.
Ooh, you're a natural. Now, take these and try it out on your own using a nearby crafting bench. Don't forget to do all three. They look visually identical during the essence extraction process, but I will put them into separate containers when the perfume is ready.
Alright. Time to go make perfume. This way. Like, it would be fun to make all these little models, but also to put them in the world and create compositions like this. I want to live in a home and a town that is filled with people who make considerations like this. Like when they're like, I'm gonna build a stall. Okay, that's fine. But like think about how your architecture or your way of decorating goes with the house next to you, you know? Let it be a work of art, community done. Earth and water, wind and fire, craft for me what I desire. Ninipyan says, I feel kind of bad about it now, but once I kept spamming a stranger to let me join their world. Now I can see how annoying it would be, but at the time I thought it was harmless fun. Only did it once, though. Yeah. And I think, like, it depends, because that's the kind of thing that might be harmless fun. Even if they're, like, not your friend, I feel like that could be a great story about how you met somebody. It's just so hard in a game like this where, like, you know absolutely nothing about the other people playing. That you have no idea, like, how they react to that, which is different than, like, I feel like when we were kids, there was a lot of games that, like, you might play where you could assume, not that you were aware of this as a kid, but, like, you could assume it was, like, other 10-year-olds, you know? And, like, a 10-year-old might receive that just fine, for the most part. Whereas, like, I feel like with Genshin Impact, it could be anybody from age 10 to age 90, you know? Alright. Rest to you the recipe list. Okay. Oh, I think that was just a tutorial for how to use this thing. I don't think it was related to what we're doing. Okay. Thank you, Ninipyon. Yes, please. Yes, please. And yes, please. Alright. We've got all three.
Wow, this is some exquisite silk flower essence. On to the next stage, the most important one of all. The essence is placed into water and simmered over low heat until most of the water has boiled off. You must take care to control the heat during this process. If the temperature goes too high, it will affect the scent. So please, focus on controlling the heat. This is the final step. Don't waste a drop of that essence now. We want all of it in there.
With a little guidance, we help her make some perfume.
All 3 perfumes are ready. And you, my friend, were a wonderful assistant. A testament to the lengths you will go to for romance. It's so rare to see nowadays.
It's not like that. I am not really interested in being that kind of devotee for Rex Lapis. Or anyone
Anyway,
else.
Shall I give you a brief overview of each scent? It might just help you match the right scent to the right occasion.
Paimon wants to hear this.
The first one is sweet as candy, straight out of a fairy tale. Younger women will love it. The second one is for those with more refined tastes. The first choice for daughters of high society. Finally, the third one has a soft but lingering scent, like a mist that captures the last light of dusk. Mature women adore this one.
Well, he's not a
All
woman,
clear?
so...
Don't get them mixed up now. You'll ruin the mood. Good. Be sure to come visit if you ever need help with anything, okay?
And we will
I'll leave you
never
with
see
some
her
parting
again.
words. One who tries to sail 3 boats simultaneously should be careful not to go overboard.
She's like, please don't wear all 3 at once. That will be weird.
Come and hang out with me at Scent of Spring sometime, okay?
No.
Let's take these 3 perfumes over to the Statue of the Seven. Mr. Zhongli's probably been waiting a while.
Yeah. It happens when I only play once a week, I suppose. Hi, I'm just gonna go through here, but I guess I'm not staying. I'm just gonna jump your fence. Thank you, bye. Oh. This is not the right way. Okay. Hi, sorry, don't mean anything by it. I won't be staying long. See ya. Ooh. Lights turned on.
Wow, so lively. This is how a festival should be.
Oh. You might be excited to know this, Nikki. Oh, Mini Pion. I almost have my controller mount for my phone done. So I should have an easier time seeing if I can play Genshin Impact on my phone. Although, since I love the game visually, it doesn't look as good on my phone. Like, it's got kind of jaggedy edges and stuff like that, and, like, that's the best my phone can do. But, theoretically, this is more of an option on my phone. I should try it again on Steam Deck, actually. I don't know, like, I want the phone one to work because I feel like on mobile, they would put more of a priority on, like, it being the case that you can turn on the game and be playing within, like, 10-15 seconds because it's a mobile game. Whereas, like, if I'm playing it on this laptop or on Steam Deck, it takes, like, 3 or 4 minutes to get into the game. And I just think there could be a place in my life for a game that I could, like, turn on and be playing, you know, within a minute or two, get to play for 5 minutes and then turn it off. Rather than, like, right now, like, I'll go scroll Reddit or something. And it's like, I want to do that less and less. So it would be nice to have a game that I could do short sessions that could start right away on. Ninipion says it's like that for me, maybe 1 minute at most. Yeah, I bought a more expensive phone this time because I thought it would help with load times, but I mean, a more expensive phone for me is like, before I used to get really cheap phones, and now this is like a pretty nice mid-range phone. I can tell performance is a little bit better, but not that much better. So I don't know, maybe in the future I will, you know, when I get another phone in like 4 or 5 years, maybe I will shell out for a expensive phone with good performance. To climb up and jump onto that, I think. Alright. Yay! We can offer this when we get there. You have an iPhone, right? Ninipion says, I wish there were more ranges of phones, but I also hate consumerism, so I wouldn't like that. Samsung Galaxy. That's right, we talked about that. Part of me, like, is genuinely considering trying an iPhone for my next phone in like 5 to 6 years, but I'm not sure why. Maybe it's just a hunger to try something new. Hello, Songvale. Glad you survived. Did you get your car moved? It is so wet out there right now. It is just pouring.
We've brought the perfumes, Mr. Zhongli. Did we take too long? You were just staring up at the statue.
Songvale says, I did move my car, but unfortunately there was a huge oil slick under it, so now you have a new problem. Oh, crap. Alright, well, let me know how I can help. I wonder what happened. Give me just a second. I gotta check to see that message that I got. Oh, the message was you lamenting with me that I left my coffee there, but you can drink my coffee and think of me.
Oh, you're back. Don't worry, I haven't waited long.
You're speaking English again, I see. Well done.
Compared to the watch that Rex Lapis's statues have kept over Liyue, this was but a brief moment.
Well, how can a person compete with a statue?
True.
That is true. Well, have you brought the perfumes?
3 sets, and not one less.
Ninipion is letting Songvale know that she missed perfume making and that it was awkward. Yeah, Songvale, you're glad you're not here. They decided to make that a whole innuendo fest. I do hope that it was just the rain making the oil slick look much bigger than it was.
Thank you both. Let us offer them up.
This is the first kind of perfume. Miss Yinger said that it's sweet as a dream, and it's liked by younger ladies.
Which is not, how I would describe my understanding of Rex Lapis so far.
This is the second kind. It's got an elegant smell, and the daughters of high society love it.
Maybe he should take all 3 and sell them.
The third kind has a gentle but lingering fragrance. Something like the dusk mist. And it's a favorite of mature ladies. Oh, what was that?
I guess the final answer is number 3.
That's the one older ladies like, right? Does that mean that Rex Lapis is actually an older lady?
In fairness, we only offered 3 options for women.
Perhaps. Perhaps. Rex Lapis has taken on countless forms. Perhaps that really was one of them.
I gotta take a moment. Songvale has announced that she is on her 35th stream streak. Wow. What dedication. I did not realize... Like, I think I knew that you had been here because we've talked about this every time you post the streak, but I keep thinking, like, oh, you've missed one. And it really makes it clear to me that, like, I can never just go live randomly when you're not available because I don't want to break your streak. Songville says, yeah, it doesn't seem like Rex Lapis actually got a lot of options, yeah. He was just told, alright, there are 3 options and all of them are women, so you gotta pick one.
What a shame. We only got to see the giant dragon form, and...
Giant dragon form will probably be the greatest one anyway, it's alright.
Let's hope the Chising can catch the real killer.
We can leave that to the authorities. Let us focus on the fond farewell for Rex Lapis.
What ulterior motives do Child and the Qixing have?
So, we finished another step in our preparations. What's next?
Next, I would like the 2 of you to help me borrow the cleansing bell.
That means steal.
Cleansing bell?
At present, a friend of mine named Madame Ping is the guardian of the cleansing bell. She lives near Yujing Terrace. If you ask her, she will know what to do.
Sure, but aren't you going to come with us?
No, I don't want to be seen at the scene of the crime.
Ah, I have certain reasons why I cannot be there in person. Please, do this for me.
Man, why is he gotta be so secretive this time?
Songvale says, Paimon is bored of dragons, wants to see an old lady. You know, there are some people who get like that in the roleplay community too. They're tired of cool heroes and they just want to see a lady walk around and get water. I have been playing Dungeons and Dragons with a couple of my students at my workplace, and they are super into it, and it's really fun. Like, I think it's fun just because of how excited and into it they are.
Perfect spot for a duel of
It has been really great. I am definitely doing the thing where you're like 2 weeks ahead of the student though, because obviously I know a lot about what D&D is kind of in theory. I've done a lot of role playing, but I actually haven't done a lot of playing of D&D. So while I get it in concept, I actually don't know all of the rules and mechanics. So I'm just trying to learn a couple weeks ahead of them so that we slowly ramp up like how many rules and stuff we're observing. One of the students, there's 2 of them, one of the students is really into it, and I think we probably could be picking up more and more mechanics faster than we are. And the other one, like, he keeps saying, no, I don't want more mechanics, and then when I'm working with her on mechanics, he's like, no, I changed my mind, I want to do mechanics too. But then he gets bored. So, I am glad we didn't start with, like, the whole game, but it is also kind of funny that it's like I'm teaching them D&D while I'm only a week or 2 ahead in understanding D&D. Yeah, it is what it is with kids. I'm just glad that he's excited to learn about it. I also realized that, like, it's not him as a person's fault. And in fact, I feel like him as a person is trying, but I'm also aware of, like, what his brain is doing and is capable of. And I can tell that he does want to take an interest, he does want to be part of the activity, but it is, like, his brain is not cooperating with him because of the age he's at, and, like, that's fine. Because it seems like he's trying, I'm really not offended by that. I do have other students who are totally on board with their brain being disconnected and rude and all of that. And that annoys me a little bit more, even though I still understand it. But is he younger than her? I don't know. They are in the same grade. But what I will tell you is that working with preteens, you can see very, very clearly that female students mature much, much faster. They're like at a much earlier age than male students do. Like 7th grade girls seem like high school boys. And 7th grade boys, I often think of their behavior as like what I would have expected for elementary school. Because they're like right at that age where like girls hit like a stage of maturity like 2 or 3 years before the boys usually, and the grade levels I work with, that's happening. So the girls usually seem 2 or 3 years older, and the boys seem 2 or 3 years younger than what I would expect. Like, it really is like a coin flip, or not a coin flip, but like a switch flip, which is really crazy when that switch flips like mid-year, but it usually happens over the summer, it seems like, where all of a sudden they will just have not necessarily a different personality, but a different level of focus, or a different level of intent or thoughtfulness. It just happens. Or like, they will be really outgoing, and then all of a sudden they'll like get much more introverted, or vice versa, it'll flip. And yeah, you can just see that girls hit that stage faster. And then if you interact with students once they're in like 9th or 10th grade, they're like 13 and 14, they're more similar again. But preteen girls and boys are very different.
Should we head to Boo Boo Pharmacy today? Fingers crossed we learned something useful.
No, we're gonna do this quest right there. I'm just talking right now and distracted. But yeah, hopefully I've kind of made my point that it's just like, if you're talking to a 12-year-old girl and a 12-year-old boy, like, they don't seem like they're at the same level of, like, intent and thought. And I don't just mean, like, one of them has raunchier humor. I mean, like, one of them has the ability to focus and generally has more, like, articulate speaking and thoughts, and the other one generally does not. Like, there's some difference. I've had some... Honestly, I don't know that I've had some less mature girls. I've had some boys that are smarter. Or not smarter, but, like, more articulate, more thoughtful. So, like, the girls generally, by the time I have them, they're jumping up. But yeah, sometimes the boys are a lot younger in, like, ability to think and self-control. Yeah. Mini Pion says you're past the quest area. That's interesting. I think the quest area is right here, right? Madam Ping?
All things must change.
Just, I guess, to end off what I'm saying, but, like, that makes sense. Like, for humans, female bodies mature a little bit earlier. Or, like, hit a stage of maturity a little bit earlier than the boys do. So, that makes sense that their brains are also maybe a little bit more this or that. Just a couple of years earlier. So, anyway, back to Genshin Impact. Are you alright?
It's nothing. It's nothing. I just thought it a great shame that so many of these glazed lilies have wilted.
What happened to them?
They got old.
Back in my day, people said that glazed lilies can read human hearts.
It makes them old.
If they heard beautiful sounds like laughter and singing, they would also bloom joyfully. But if they heard too much wild gossip or slander, they would quickly wither away.
Yeah, that kind of thing ages you.
So that means these flowers feel what's happening in Liyue?
I also was thinking like elves, yes, Sungvale.
Yes, the rumors of Rex Lapis's death are no small matter. They are everywhere. Some say it was a Fatui plot. Others say that the Chising made it all up. And still others think that which lies in the deep is breaking free.
Old gods, new, 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 new.
This harbor is like a mountain of dry tinder. One spark, and the fire will consume us all. Well,
I shall say no more. This old woman's grown too old and naggy. Did you have something to say, youngster?
I'd like to borrow something from you.
Borrow something? Oh, you've come to borrow the cleansing bell, yes?
Yes.
Apart from that, I don't have anything of value that you youngsters might want. But it was not originally mine either. That trinket used to belong to a friend of mine. I was a vain beauty when I was young, and I would pester him for that bell all the time.
Is Zhongli, like, super old?
He could not dissuade me, and so he gave it to me. But he said that if someone should come to borrow it, I must not be loath to give it away. It has been many years, and who knows how many times someone has come to borrow this bell. Still, though, I can't recall when it started. It's been a long time since anyone has come to borrow it. Oh, these old bones are so slow to look for things. I doubt you can wait that long.
Ninipion says it depends on how old is old. I feel like old enough to have seemed like the same age he is right now when she was young. But also, I'm so impressed that we're actually here to borrow it and not assault her and take it. Like, good for us. Good for Zhongli. I'm proud of everybody. We can look for it ourselves.
That's right, Granny. We'll follow you back home and search for it ourselves. And, we can help with chores if you have any too.
Oh my goodness, we need to host a funeral, guys.
All right, children, there is no need to worry. I didn't place the bell very far away.
Sungbell says that she assumes he couldn't come because she'd recognize him. Yeah, I'm thinking that too.
Do you live near here, Granny? Whoa, but this is Eugene Terrace. It's gotta be expensive.
Oh, an old lady like me can't afford to buy a place in this city. See this ceramic teapot? My entire household is in here.
Ever since Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them, I have also kind of wanted an entire house that is in a small, portable object.
How does that work?
And I don't mean like a tiny home. Although I do feel like if gas was not so expensive, there could be something kind of cool about that. But, although I am also, because I did research on it, I'm also aware of the fact that, like, it's illegal to park and sleep in your car in most places. So, like, you have to basically make it look like nobody's in the car. Because of the fact that it's just illegal to sleep in your car in most places in the US. But I truly mean, like, a suitcase, a teapot. I think it would be cool to somehow magically have a house that you could just carry around with you. In you go, Paimon.
What? There's no way Paimon would fit in there.
You're small, it'll be fine.
And why do you need Paimon to go in anyway? Can't you just lift the lid and look inside?
What are you for?
Oh, youngsters. I simply mean that the bell is somewhere inside this teapot, and you are quite welcome to borrow it. If you can find it.
I'm just gonna pour out all the tea. This is some strong smelling tea. Oh no, loading screen. Oh, we're going pretty fast. All right, great. All right, onwards. Ooh, another beautiful place. Look at this, like, teal with yellow. Like, that is not a color. Oops, I'm in the water. Like, that's not a color scheme I would assume I would really like, but I do. That's so pretty. Wow.
Huh? Where are we? happened?
Youngsters, this is where this old woman keeps all her things. Quickly now, go fetch that bell.
This lady is magical.
That sounds like Granny's voice. So, this is her teapot?
This is cool.
What's going on?
Oh dear, so many cobwebs. It seems I really haven't cleaned it in a long while.
Why
Sorry
didn't
to
they care
trouble
about
you
the
children.
bunny?
Please help an old lady clean up.
You know, when we said we'd help you with chores, I don't think this is
No
what we
one
imagined
escapes my
was going to be
sight.
going on. Alright, this is taking a long time. Gotta try to speed this up here a little bit.
Cool it.
I keep thinking that I am able to use my Y ability, and it is just glowing because I am gaining charge on it. There we go. Now that almost everything is dead, we'll still use this to speed up the ending. Did that just explode and, like, start on fire? Okay. This is incredible. Man, you know, I gotta pick a day that I do art streaming in the morning. Like, I like being free to do my own thing, but actually art streaming would be good. I wonder... Maybe that should be Fridays. Yes, this does remind me of Eledris.
The cobwebs were made of elemental energy. How long has it been since Granny last swept this place?
I'm glad that we have her specifically for these ones that are quite durable.
Windblade.
Bye. Problem solved. Okay. Uh-oh, problem not solved. We set on fire. Was that clear? Yes, great. Onwards and upwards.
You know, with such a special teapot and the cleansing bell, do you think this old granny could also be an adeptus?
That would be kind of cool. Oh, these fall down. Alright, good to know.
Paimon's more and more convinced that she's an adeptus. But don't they all live in Chillian Karst?
Well, maybe she used to.
Why
She didn't
would
say that she
stay in the
didn't.
city?
She's lonely. Can I just throw them off the edge? Convenient. Alright. Bye. Oh, right. What do we got? We got ice. Oh no.
No escape!
Alright, well that let me do a little bit.
I must leave no stone
See
unturned.
how this
Time
goes.
to
Oh
clean up.
no. Ooh, this is going good. What about doing this again? Can I activate these? by standing on them? Ooh, that's convenient. Great. Alright, come on over here. Let's try to actually use the environment. We're gonna use the tools the devs gave us. Shouldn't have touched that. Oh no. Alright, so let me just clarify for everybody hanging out in the chat. You don't come here for amazing gameplay. You come here for a nice chat, a good conversation. Right? That's why you're here.
Leave it all to me.
In an utter, maybe amusement, kind amusement at my utter lack of understanding of the mechanics of this game. Like, what is this cloth thing? Was there a warning on that? I didn't see it. Die. Alright. Oh no. How do I just... yeet? Go away.
Get him! You'll pay for that!
Well, thank goodness there's no time on this, huh?
I'll race you there!
Hopefully none of you are on a time limit either. We still got about another hour here. I mean, not in this fight. God's willing. I'm hoping this fight will be over here pretty shortly. I probably should have used more of these explodey flowers. Oh, goodness.
You got me.
Yep. Alright. Cool, now it has another shield again. Alright. Stand next to this while it explodes, please. Can you stand next to this one while it explodes too? Thank you. Alright, thank goodness. Oh my god. No. No. Go. Go away. Please. Please just go away forever.
Wind blade.
Alright, that died quickly. I think the issue is that we are weak for some reason to ice. What if we fight ice with ice? Does that work in this game? Okay, that's not what I thought I asked for.
So sorry.
No, he's immune to ice damage. Alright, not a good strat. Thank you, Songvale, for being on it. I think once it doesn't have the ice shield, that ice actually works extremely well. So, okay. Bye. Go away. Oh, it's immune. The ice shield came back. Well, that's annoying. Go away. Go away. Go away, go away, go away. Get gone. Please leave me alone. Get gone.
Wind blade.
Please leave me alone. Alright. Wondering if we should heal up. I wonder if there'll be a boss fight on this. I do want- oh, I can't use items while I'm in these challenges. I forgot. They're like...
How many levels does this teapot have?
apparently more than I can handle.
It would be nice if we had one of these too.
I agree. Let's see if
Or
maybe...
at least we wouldn't have to camp outside.
I guess I was prepared to do thievery, so maybe we could steal this. Songvale, I realize that you think it would have been funny if that would have taken an hour, but I'm so glad that it did not. Oh hey, it's the bell! Like, imagine getting paid all day to have beautiful vistas like this fill your imagination. What a great way to make a living. What a great life to have.
Oh, you found it. Youngsters are so quick on their feet. Oh, now, let me see. All right, that'll do. Come on out now, children.
Ninipion says the water is loud, so we will leave here ASAP. I will not prattle on about how beautiful I find the environment to be.
Oh, in and out in no time.
Indeed.
You youngsters really are quick.
By the way, Songvale, remember to claim your adorable Murloc plushies? From yesterday's WoW stream, it should have been long enough. Are you an Adeptus, ma'am?
An Adeptus? Oh, I haven't heard anyone say those words in earnest for a long time. As to whether I am one or not, child, surely you already understand.
Paimon kinda knows what you mean, but is also kinda confused. Are you really giving us the bell just like that, Granny? Don't you think it's weird? Something's just happened to Rex Lapis and then we come running up asking for it?
Oh, don't be silly. Liyue Harbor has been through a great deal in its history. In that time, it has seen the departure of countless Adepti.
Songwell says, I don't think so. It needs 4 hours of streaming. Yeah, but I think it started a few weeks ago now, so you've watched a couple of WoW streams from me.
But no matter what, we have always performed the rite of parting first before any other matters. To cry, catch the murderer at the top of one's lungs, but ignore the rite of parting. That, to me, is what is wrong-headed. Now that you have come to borrow the bell, I guess that perhaps an old friend of mine has finally decided to take matters into their own hands.
I think this is interesting, what she just said in the previous line. That people are more concerned with catching the murderer than taking care of the deceased. Because, like, I understand it in a rational sense, right? Like, there's still a threat out. There's someone dangerous. There's someone getting away with it. The evidence is cooling. We're not going to be able to figure out who did it. And there's also a level in, like, wanting them caught that assumes probably at least part of the reason some people are doing it is a sense of protecting those who are still living. But it reminds me of what we've been talking about with work and how we handle, like, misbehavior in a way that isn't just about punishing that instance of misbehavior, but actually thinking about how do we help kids to behave better next time? How do we change the culture such that, like, when a kid looks around the room, they're seeing other kids who are behaving well, and that encourages them to behave well, because humans learn by looking at the people around them, which also becomes super clear when you watch kids all day for a living. Like, they're just mimicking each other and other adults that they see most of the time. It's very rare that a kid is actually, like, stopping, thinking about what they want, and then making a choice based on that. Almost all of the time, at best, they are operating from, like, a multiple choice question of things they have already seen. Maybe they pick a behavior from that list, but also, a lot of the time, they're just arbitrarily copying someone else that they have seen at home, at school, on TikTok, either a kid or an adult. So we talk a lot about behavior management and how do we change some of those norms rather than just punishing kids for, like, single actions that they do. And so we use a system called restorative justice, which is less about punishment and more about understanding why what you did had an impact on another person or on your class or whatever, and then figuring out, okay, what do you need to do to fix whatever the problem was that you caused? How do you just fix the damage that you did? And that over time, sometimes because kids just don't want to have to do the repair action, so they see it as a punishment, so they stop. But also, it helps kids understand, like, why it is bad to hit other kids in a way that, like, seems like it should be obvious, but actually is learned. And them, like, understanding how much harm they caused and how difficult that is to fix helps them realize, like, why we don't hit people in the first place. And they're just disinclined to it. And one of the things that we are also still talking about is, like, restorative justice is not just about the aggressor understanding that they did harm and then fixing it. It's also about understanding the harm that was done to the victim. And we have all been sharing the fact that we realize that, like, we're still focusing on the person who is doing a bad behavior. A lot of times we speak to the victim second, or basically not at all. So it's still focused on whoever is doing a crime. It's not focused on taking care of the person who was hurt by the crime. And what she's saying reminds me of that, because in focusing on who did the murder, we're not really taking care of the person who was murdered. And I don't know. I guess I just find that interesting to think about. And if you asked me who is more important in this situation to spend our time and care on, I guess, yeah, it should be the person who was murdered that we care about first, not the person who did something bad. Like, the person who did something bad still deserves care, and we still need to handle that situation. But rather than focusing on screaming at them, I would rather be hugging the person that was hurt to make sure they're okay first.
So, why would I be unwilling to lend you the bell?
What if your friend doesn't return it? Because he seems like he doesn't have any money, so he might sell it.
Oh? Well, if it came to that, they would find a certain old lady knocking at their door.
All right.
We haven't met in a while anyway. It would be nice to share a drink and chat. Well, you must have things to do. Since you have the bell, you should return.
It occurs to me that if the problem was that Zhongli is an adeptus, and so he's super, super old, and then he knew her when she was young, she seems to also be an adeptus, so he probably isn't trying to keep it a secret that he's an adeptus. I don't know, maybe he is.
Oh, and do tell the person who sent you that if they have time, they can come over for tea. I don't have much to offer, but you can always count on an old lady for a pot of tea.
Wow, Zhongli is a jerk.
We will. Thanks, Granny.
She's just lonely. It's bigger on the inside. TARDIS reference. Doctor Who reference. I want a teapot with a magical mountain waterfall scene in it. I will say one thing, if I stopped living where I'm living and, like, was back where I was, I would miss waterfalls and mountains. I like waterfalls and mountains a lot, and they were not on offer in Minnesota.
Indeed, this is the cleansing bell. It's in good condition.
Songville says, or maybe she's going to imprison him in her teapot, and that was a threat. Ooh, I like that. Headcanon Madam Ping is going to imprison Zhongli in a teapot forever. Actually, speaking of forever, the night will last forever. Nini Pion, the current World of Warcraft expansion is called Midnight, and it's very beautiful, and there's elves, but also, like, you know, midnight. And I was just saying to Songville this morning that I kind of wish Midnight had come out 15 years ago when, like, My Little Pony was relevant, so that I could have all this, like, awesome fan art of Princess Luna, like, gamer Princess Luna, playing World of Warcraft Midnight. I just think it would be great.
Let's place the perfume we've prepared inside.
Are you also an Adeptus?
An Adeptus?
That's suspicious. But if you don't want to talk about it, we won't pry.
Okay,
Yes, that old granny asked us to tell you something.
hold on a second, Paimon. I want to pry. Can we come back to my previous question? Are you an Adeptus?
If you have the time, you can come over for tea. I don't have much to offer, but you can always count on an old lady for a pot of tea.
That tone does not suit you. Still, her teapot is indeed very good. There are none better for brewing tea.
Somebody with more tea experience than me. Does the pot you brew tea in impact the tea?
When a suitable time arrives, I'll bring a spot of fine tea and pay her a visit.
So what's the next step in our preparations?
Next, we need to purchase kites.
Songville says that she would expect the material to matter. Nini Pion says, I think in Chinese tea culture the answer is yes. Okay. I guess I feel like even looking at a nice teapot in the way that like we eat with our eyes first, I can see where the right teapot would impact how you experience the tea at the very least. I also could see like, you know, if you put the teapot in if you put the tea in a plastic teapot and then put boiling water, you taste the plastic. So, maybe so.
Ooh, Paimon loves kites. Are you taking us kite flying? Is this our break time?
It's not your dad.
No. Kites are children's toys, yes. But they also play various symbolic roles in Liyue's rituals. I will explain it to you. But our next course of action should probably be to purchase the kites first.
Oh, sure. Curiouser and curiouser.
Alright. We can observe the jade. Observe the perfume. Let's observe the jade. Only Nocticulus... Wow, that's not how we said it. Jade of radiant grade at the very least is acceptable for use in the rite of parting. Who'd have thought that the Hilly Charles cooking pot in the Dadupa Gorge would be a reliable means of assessing the quality? A specially prepared perfume made from a rare type of silk flower. It has a faint scent. Still, why would Rex Lapis go for the scent preferred by older women? Maybe just old people like it. Or, you know, maybe it reminds him of an old friend. That's possible too.
Ah, sir, you're here. The 7 kites you asked for have been made to order. Would you like to take them now?
Songville, back on the teapot conversation, says, I wouldn't be surprised if the shape also matters in terms of how much surface area or oxygen exchange the tea has while steeping. That makes sense. Because I guess teapots do tend to have some pretty distinctive, like, kind of bulbous shapes. They don't tend to be, like, tall and thin. Like, even ones that are taller, I feel like do have an area at the bottom that is much bigger. So maybe that is very important. I really gotta fix my teapot. Make myself some tea.
Yes, thank you.
It's rare to see customers who want to buy this type of kite nowadays. In the early days, we used to get orders from people of all walks of life. Well, this is Mr. Zhang Li from the Wangsheng Funeral Parlor, so he's probably well-versed in all these walks of life.
I wonder if this funeral parlor is, like, legitimate. I guess it is also possible that this funeral parlor only does funerals for Adepti.
We've talked about a whole bunch of things while traveling with him.
Fashion, economics, jewelry, and jade pottery.
He seems to know Liyue's favorite topics, money and government, really well, but he likes talking about less useful topics instead.
You are such a jerk.
Well, that's because I prefer to share fun things with you.
Children's toys are very fun things, that's for sure. I enjoy watching the children at play as much as anyone else, but there is more to it than that.
I'm having side thoughts about how, like, I would like to run a toy store, but unfortunately, cultural norms at the moment with so many things being cheap and disposable, like, kids see stuff get thrown away and broken all of the time, and I think it also makes them think, oh, that their toys are something that can be thrown away and broken and you just get a new one. Makes me realize that, like, I don't want to run a toy store. I've talked to Songvale about this just because I know what the destiny of the toys would be. But I wish I lived in a different time or place so that I could run a toy store. For a culture of people that care more about their things. Songvale says, the lady's voice actor sounds like a young person trying to sound old. This goes to show how much I'm just used to voice acting because she sounds like an old lady to me. Inipyeon says the owner made a coupon for buy one, get one free on coffins, if I remember correctly. Okay, just kidding. This is a terrible business. They're not just like a rarely used business for funeral things for Adepti. Never mind, I forgot about that.
Finely crafted toys are well loved by children, but this craft itself has been honed over thousands of years, and there is meaning behind that. I have made kites in Liyue for 40 years, and I am intimately familiar with the forms passed down from my ancestors. The meaning of these 7 kites is far from banal.
Indeed. These are decorations used in the rite of parting. The 7 kites represent the 7.
Why are we slowly... Is he Rex Lapis?
I took the liberty of coloring outside the lines when doing the insignia of the Animo Archon.
The reason I say that is because I was initially going to comment on the fact that the camera shot there, like, wasn't well done because he wasn't in the shot. Like, he was being blocked by that support beam or like a lamppost or something. And then right as he mentions the 7, like, he becomes visible. I think this is foreshadowing for a big reveal. Let's find out.
As for the kite that honors the Drio Archon, one must follow the contract given right down to the last letter. These patterns are ancient, and you can also find them in the Golden House.
Ah, Paimon's heard that name before.
Paimon, stop talking.
Huh?
The design of this kite displays a firm grasp on the cyclicality and eternity so dear to the Electro Archon. These markings of tree and leaf pay due honor to wisdom and the passage of time. All this on a single kite. Truly astonishing.
Ninipyeon says, I can be your angel or your angle. That sounds like a song that I would have listened to, like, Nightcore style in 2009. I can be your angel or your angle, angel or your angle, angel or your angle, ang, do 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 do, bass drop, da 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 da.
Justice flows across the surface of the waters. War rages like a flame, as does that which the Cryo Archon once... Yes, these details are masterfully done.
Ninipyeon says, mediocre angel. I'm a mediocre angel, got a shotgun, da 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 da, heaven never take me back.
The compliments of a learned man truly are pleasant.
Actually, it occurs to me that, like, again, there's, like, businesses doing stuff, including one on the other side of the wall that I am facing, so I probably should not, like, break out into random song. That is the one issue with morning streaming. I think I like morning streaming a lot more than evening streaming, but there happens to be other people, like, having medical office appointments around my apartment in the morning, so that's a bit of a hang-up.
Well then, Granny Shan, I shall take these back with me. As for the payment,
Songbill says, play them Cascada music. As for the payment, he says.
Well, allow me.
We gotta get you a shirt.
Hey, it's Child!
Did you arrange to meet us here?
No, I was merely passing through.
Can you merely pass through the next time I order food at an expensive restaurant, please?
I see Mr. Zhongli's the same as ever. When paying, well, when getting others to pay for him, he neither looks at the price tag nor his wallet. He knows a great deal about money, and about the trials of the common man. He just doesn't consider poverty to be something that could ever happen to him.
No, because he always makes sure it happens to other people instead.
Or perhaps you could say that he cannot imagine himself lacking money.
There you go.
How has he not died of hunger yet?
Yeah, good question.
child, you are as fond of jokes as ever. Well then, since we've purchased our kites without incident, there's no need to take a break before moving to the next step in our preparations. The rite of parting requires helping hands as well as materials. We should be able to find some people near the harbor.
Oh, by the way, take this bag of money. You probably won't want to let Zhongli do the bargaining, if you know what I mean. Seems I missed out on some interesting information. I suppose I'll just have to find a more opportune moment next time.
Alright. Find 3 workers. Well, I'll be the first one. This man's name
Hiring
is
help?
Toe.
Sure. But let me just say first that I'm a reserve member of the Adventurers Guild. I take adventuring commissions, but I don't do anything clerical.
Adventure? Venturing into the mountains to capture a few crystal flies seems adventurous enough.
Brave adventurer, we need 5 crystal flies.
That's not hard. Almost a bit too easy for a reserve adventurer. Never mind. I'll only charge you 15,000 Mora. What say you?
A most fair price.
No, let's negotiate. I'll give you 5,000. Close enough.
That won't do, I'm afraid. It's too little. Too little, I say.
$8,000.
Let's see. No, go higher, or I'm not doing this.
Okay, fine. 14,000.
A pleasure doing business with you.
Whatever, dude. Okay. I don't feel like he's respectful enough for this job anyway. I would have preferred to get someone else. Oh,
A
tax.
full day of odd jobs at Yujing Terrace. No problem. 25,000 per day. A fair trade, yes?
No. I think their name's gonna be Tic Tac and Toe.
Whoa, that's expensive. Could you give us a bit of a discount on account of the whole Hero of Mondstadt thing?
Or because of your garbage attitude, maybe?
Hero of Mondstadt? Never heard of them.
Well, you may never have heard of this hero, but it seems you've heard of Mora nonetheless. Thus,
Let's talk prices before he thinks of something else. I gave the last guy 13,000. I'll give you the same.
This is too little. I'd consider it if it was a bit higher.
We'll do 20,000. That's it.
Hey, that's a good price. Anyone would work for this much, Mora.
I don't really have a good sense of how much Mora is really worth. Like, how much Mora is 1 loaf of bread? You know? How we doing out there in the chat? I'm concerned, given that we haven't said anything since... I mean, maybe what it is Songvale suggested playing some Cascada music. And then everyone was like, wow, you know what I want to do right now? Go listen to some Cascada music. This stream is over. Mini Pion says, good. Songvale laughs at my pain. Alright, great. No, Songvale laughs at my jokes.
Hey, who's that skulking around?
Sorry, I was gonna steal workers, but I don't need them from you. I guess the worker's in there. Songvale says I was getting a hank of yarn to torment herself with. Why don't you let me roll the thingies? I like rolling the thingies. I guess I'm not there now for 24 hours, so if you want to do stuff, you have to do it yourself. I'm not here. I'm sorry. I had to go home. Do a stream.
Oh, help? Sure. I, Tick, always put in 100% effort into everything I do. Of course, there'll be a premium if you want me to give 110%.
You have the best work ethic of anyone I've talked to today.
So what's the job?
Let me see. We are still missing some wooden implements over at Yujing Terrace. They aren't uncommon objects, so I didn't make any special preparations for them.
No problem. That'll be 20,000 mora for a single trip. How does that sound?
Done.
This is all you got? Then no can do.
You know, this was the only employee that was, like, worth talking to. I wish we had saved 20,000 more for him.
Child? No. He's putting up the money? Oh, still no. Wouldn't that mean I have to make 2 trips rather than 1? How about this? Let's make a trade. I'll take what you're offering right now, get me a single Chinkson flower, and I'll consider that payment for a detour to find this child fellow. How does that sound?
Well, assuming the flower doesn't grow deep in the guts of some unkillable dragon, that's fine.
Guess we've got no choice.
You already have one?
Have you brought the goods? Hey, that's pretty good. These things are pretty rare, and I have no idea where I'd find them.
I don't remember where I found it either.
With this Chinkson flower, I should be able to pacify my daughter tonight. I'll make sure the work is done before I return home.
He still was not the worst employee I hired today. Also, I'm glad to see that Nini Pion agrees with me that rolling a hank into a ball of yarn is actually fun.
All finished then? Splendid. Any leftover cash is yours to keep. A favor for the Fatui should never go unrewarded.
I actually lost all of my money, plus a flower.
You think you can buy us off with some loose change? No way! Paimon demands to know when the next payment is coming.
Well, how does this sound? You give me the information I need, and maybe I'll leave the Northland Bank's vaults open and unattended for half an hour.
Why does everyone here want to do crime?
What info do you need?
Oh my god, no.
Huh. Does that mean you know what he's after?
Are you forgetting what happened in Mondstadt? Also, we can't just do crime.
Yikes! You're right! Signora!
Songro says rolling the ball is fine, but untangling the hank when it goes to hell is something else. Nini Pion said she didn't even know what it was, just that the words were fun. That's fair.
You both need to calm down. I don't know what's gotten into you. Just what is this about? The atmosphere got so tense all of a sudden.
You're with the evil people, and you want us to rob a bank. Yeah, you weren't thinking about that, were you, Paimon?
Next, we need some everlasting incense. For this, we need to go to Boo Boo Pharmacy, the finest pharmacy in all of... Is everything okay?
I'm done with crime, dude.
Everything is fine. I was just informing them that they need not return the surplus mora.
There isn't any.
Now, if you'll excuse me, I must be going.
Yes, it is
Paimon
Boo Boo
definitely
Pharmacy.
felt like Child wasn't happy with us just now.
B-U-B-U, Boo Boo Pharmacy. But you're right. Until you spelled it that way, I didn't appreciate that it was like, oh, ow, I've got a boo-boo. It also reminds me of, in the Disney Aladdin movie, where Jafar says, we will pay a visit to Prince Abubu. Songbell says, Boo Boo Pharmacy belongs in the Lost Kingdom of Long Gone. Boo 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 boo. Boo 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 boo.
Try your luck, Betty.
I don't know what this wants us to do. I assume it wants me to go get the commission. Yeah, from the thing. I don't want to do that right now. So I guess we're just gonna practice trying to ignore the exclamation points. However, we are missing a quest marker. Go to the next thing. Oh no. Occupied. We must continue the lantern quest. We'll see if we'll get to continue the Rex Lapis quest today. I have about 30 minutes left here. And I have to get on with my day. It's a long day at work today. Usually I get home somewhere around 5:15, but today I will get home at around 7:30. Songbell says, now Zhongli shall speak Japanese. Nitty Pion says,
So let me get this straight. The patient disappeared right as you were delivering the medicine.
spooky.
I know it's hard to believe, but that's exactly what happened.
Songbell says having to bounce between the questions isn't ideal, but or the quest lines isn't ideal, but it helps that Zhongli is involved in both of them.
It's true. 1 minute she was there, and the next she was nowhere to be seen. Hey, it's Yelan! Fancy seeing you here! Oh, is this a bad time?
Not at all. Just a small roadblock in the case I'm working. Ningguang asked me to investigate a patient named Lu Shangshang. If you're here to find her too, then you're out of luck, I'm afraid. She went missing this morning.
What?
According to Dr. Baiju, the patient vanished right under his nose. But it just seems like that should be impossible.
It would be, but this is a fantasy land. You're being spoken to by a snake.
There 1 second and gone the next? Pretty sure Xiao can do something like that.
Then you're suggesting this Lu Shangshang is the vigilant Yaksha in disguise? Or some other adeptus?
Sure.
Guess not. But this is so weird. How can a living person just vanish into thin air?
Well, if the fire is hot enough.
Unless Linny decided to take his act to Liyue? Who is this Linny you speak of?
He's a magician.
He's... Oh, never mind. Paimon's just grasping at straws.
Let's set aside the how for now and focus more on the where. You mentioned this patient has a strong obsession with achieving fame and recognition?
Yes. She kept talking about becoming a renowned archaeologist and making a name for herself.
I keep, like, forgetting what we're talking about until details like this, and I'm like, oh, right, that chick.
So, are we looking for a place where it's super easy to become famous?
All I can think of is Twitch.
I think we should check out the Xiao Lantern crafting stalls.
Probably a better bet.
Because it's easy to become famous by making Xiao lanterns?
On Twitch.
Not exactly. When the people of Liyue need a solution to a problem, their first thought would be to pray to the gods and the Adepti.
Fair enough.
If her wish is to become famous, she might write it on a Xiao Lantern in the hopes that the fabled White Horse Adeptus might make it come true.
That certainly sounds probable.
Turns out, the White Horse Adeptus might be a lot closer to home than she thinks.
What was that?
Shut up, Paimon.
Nothing. Let's go check out those stalls.
Excellent.
I can't read what this says.
Alright, can we continue the quest that we were doing yet? No. Okay. Onwards we go. What a beautiful place.
Alright, we're here. Still no sign of Lu Shangxiang, though.
Songbird says she's gonna send out the tangled Hank to Ninipyeon so she can find out how not fun it is. Ninipyeon says, yes, send it to me.
As long as you're patient enough, Paimon, you'll find that hunting down people is no different from hunting boars.
Yikes. I mean, I guess they are similar. They do say that pig meat is the most similar to human meat.
We need to blend into the environment, or we risk alerting the target. So as far as everyone here is concerned, we're just ordinary tourists.
Oh, okay. If we need to blend in, then let's make some Xiao lanterns and write our wishes down, like everyone else. What's your New Year's wish, Yelan?
I haven't given it much thought.
Well, now is the perfect time to think about it. As I say to my students, we can wait. This is your time, and we'll respect that.
Oh, and it can't be work-related. You gotta take a break once in a while, right?
Alright, look. Paimon, don't call me out like this.
You're always staking out this suspect, tailing that criminal, hunting down this gang or that.
Honestly, I want law enforcement to be like that. Like, we need people who care about authentically doing their job to keep people safe.
Which is super amazing and all, but it's gotta be exhausting.
I mean, you can think about yourself sometimes, but definitely still keep doing your job. Paimon has bad advice.
Really getting into this, huh?
Longwell says, ignore the Discord beep. Okay.
You said to blend in, right? Come on! It's all part of the act! So you gotta think of something!
Then I suppose it'd be to go traveling the next time I get the chance.
You can hunt evil on the way.
Traveling? That's our bread and butter! Wanna join us?
Thanks for the offer, but my desk is piled high with reports on your exploits. And that's not quite the kind of traveling I had in mind. I was thinking more the lie down and do absolutely nothing kind of travel.
Ah, something a bit more easy and breezy, right? Hey, wait! We know just the place! The Easy Breeze Holiday Resort in Netland.
It looks like a cartoon. I don't know if that suits this woman's style.
It's super relaxing and full of fun activities. You've got the beautiful ocean and tons of cute little creatures called Asha. Seriously, you gotta go!
Huh. I suppose I'll have to check it out.
Hey guys, happy Lantern Night.
His name is Gaming? Gaming. Gold Standard Guard of the Sword and Strongbox Secure Transport Agency, and the head of Mighty Mythical Beast Wushu Troop. Talkative and enthusiastic, he can often be found hanging out with his neighbors. In his spare time, in between practicing his Wu Shao dancing, He heads over to Liyue kiosk for some dim sum and leisurely chatter in the company of good friends. If you happen to hear the clanging of drums and gongs as you're walking through the streets of Liyue Harbor, let your ears lead the way. With a bit of luck, you might just be fortunate enough to witness gaming's remarkable wushao dance. Oh, gaming. Okay. Well, it looks like gaming.
What a coincidence! You here to make shell lanterns too?
Well, it's that time of year, am I right? Thought I'd join in on the fun. You can't have Lantern Night without making one of these.
He talks really fast.
What you gonna wish for?
Aw, man, it's kind of embarrassing, but whatever. The truth is, the mighty mythical beasts are seriously struggling with recruitment. So I'm hoping to find a few apprentices and teach them the art of wushu dancing.
Awesome! Shufu Gaming, here we come!
Gaming, alright.
Whoa there, Paimon. One step at a time. I actually need to find people first.
Yeah, but Paimon bets people will jump at the chance to learn from you!
Well, I wouldn't be so sure. Wushu dancing is super physical and takes a lot of hard work to master, so it's not easy to find people. At this point, if the Adepti can't help me, no one can.
I'll do it!
Oh my god.
Huh?
You just said you wanted an apprentice, right? Well, I'm offering. What do you think?
I think you will drive off the customers because you do not understand how to read a room.
Whoa, the White Horse Adeptus works faster than I thought.
Traveler, it's her. Lu Shangsheng.
Our target!
Hey, didn't you hear me? I said I wanted to be your apprentice.
The answer's no, you're rude.
No need to shout. I heard you the first time. What's your...
Step back a bit, Gaming. This person could be dangerous.
What?
Hey, what are you trying to do? Do you know who I am? Get back!
Lu Shangsheng, we have no intention of harming you. We just need to ask you a few questions.
Get back, I said!
Try to remain calm.
That has never made anybody calm.
If you come any closer, I'll...
Pause time itself. What the?
Little wisp of a being. How are you able to see me?
You must be Zizi, the second deadly self.
So what if I am? Leave at once!
I hope to resurrect the White Horse Adeptus, and I need your help.
You, a mere mortal, whose own life hangs by a thread, would dare reach for the power of life and death?
Is that so bad?
Unless you wish to be condemned to eternal damnation, you would do well to abandon this foolish endeavor.
Well, I think she needs my help if I recall correctly, so I'm probably not going to.
I shall speak on this. No further.
Okay, but I will.
Don't come any closer. How did I get here? Who are you people?
Playing dumb, are we? Save it. We know you attacked those people at Wanmin Restaurant.
What? No, I would never. You must be mistaking me for someone else.
You don't remember.
Of course not. How could I do such a thing?
What about the photo you took near Chuang Terrace?
What photo?
What's going on? It's like she lost her memory or something.
A convenient way to escape your crimes.
Well, this complicates things. I'll take her back for questioning and let you know what I find. Take her away.
But I didn't do anything. I swear.
Well, your body did.
That's weird. She seems so normal now, but she doesn't remember anything.
This is just great. An apprentice falls right into my lap, and now she's gone!
You don't want her. She was crazy.
Don't worry, Gaming. This is a special case. I'm sure you'll find one soon.
Unless you're gonna pony up and offer a real solution, Paimon, I don't want to hear it.
Ooh. This person feels like I do about Paimon.
Gaming? What's up with...
I'm done here. I'm gonna go find an apprentice, and I won't take no for an answer.
Alright, so that's not gonna be acceptable either. You need to chill out.
Gaming, wait!
What if Paimon is his apprentice, and then they both leave?
Is it just Paimon, or was Gaming acting super weird just now?
Oh yeah, the spirit moved. He's been possessed.
What? How do you know?
I tell Paimon about the encounter just
Whoa!
now.
So you saw the second deadly self? And you think she moved from Wu Xiang to Gaming?
I think so.
Uh-oh. Then we better find him before something bad happens. Let's go!
Songvale agrees and thinks that what happened has happened. And that did sound important, but if we're able to go back to the main quest, that is what we are going to do. However, before we continue doing anything, I do have to stand up and use the restroom.
Why must Cloud Retainer inflict such woe upon us, Mooncarver?
By the order of Rex Lapis, we were supposed to make haste to the harbor to stand watch. Yet we arrived late, for you, in your inscrutable wisdom, chose that very moment to tend the mint. It is no wonder Cloud Retainer banished us to the wilderness in anger. A pity only that I, blameless as I am, was made to share in the punishment.
Blameless indeed. You speak as if it was not you who decided to plant all that mint in the first place.
I thought he was tending the mint as in like the place that makes coins. He just wanted plants?
Yet now, in its wretched state, overrun by blight and vermin, you would turn away? Utterly heartless, I say.
Were I truly that heartless, would I have rescued those seedlings from this desolate wasteland, granting them haven in your hallowed garden? Alas, if blame must be laid, let it fall upon Cloud Retainer for failing to recognize the virtue of our plight.
Ah, at last a sentiment with which I can agree. If ever Cloud Retainer is away, we should steal into her abode and plant a veritable field of mint. A tempting little ruse, is it not?
Don't think I understand.
Positively ingenious.
Songvale says this is the most intense argument about gardening she has ever heard.
Please stop chasing us. Just let us go.
Get back here! If you keep running, I'll kill you!
Oh my god. Alright, so I know a dude, his name's Real Seraph, and he would say that if that's something your teachers are saying, they're bad teachers.
Please, we don't know anything about wushu dancing. Just leave us alone.
What? You think I'm not good enough to teach you? Just agree to be my apprentices, and then we can talk.
That child looks somewhat familiar.
Ah, it appears to be the wushu dancer from Liyue Harbor. I have seen him perform on occasion.
Come, let us take a closer look.
Has trouble befallen you, young one? Perhaps we can offer aid.
Oh, thank the gods! Please, sir, you have to help us. This guy's trying to force us to become his wushu dancing apprentices, and he won't take no for an answer!
Oh, so it is you who require aid, not the other way around.
Get out of the way, old man! This is between us.
I feel like especially, like, the big dude probably could leave if he wanted to, you know?
Preposterous! You dare to presume we are of a mature age?
Yeah, unacceptable. I'm an absolute child.
Listen here, brazen youth. Skilled you may be in the art of dance, yet your offstage demeanor leaves much to be desired.
Truth.
Hold on, Mountain Shaper. Something is amiss. Look closer.
His pants are on fire. He's a liar!
Huh. Indeed, he bears the mark of something unclean.
It spells trouble. You there, depart at once.
Hey! You drove off my recruits, old man. You'll just have to take their place, even if you're a bit on the decrepit side.
Yikes.
Many years it has been since a being has dared speak to us in such a manner.
Now let us see what evildoer has sought to use you as its puppet, young one.
It is time to be assaulted by Burb, and also Deer.
You two, you're Adepti!
Does that strike fear in your soul?
Honestly, that being said by a deer is quite funny.
Whoa! Two Adepti recruits just fall right into my lap? That white horse sure knows how to grant a wish.
Coming! Slow down! Wait for us!
Jeez, take a hint, will you? I told you to stop following me!
Don't hurt him, please. Just exercise him.
Traveler, Paimon, keep your distance from this youth. Evil has taken a hold of him.
We know! It's one of the White Horse Adeptus' deadly selves! She's possessing Gaming!
The White Horse Adeptus' deadly selves?
Could it be that Rex Lapis called us to Liyue Harbor for this very reason?
Hey! What are you two whispering about over there? Who's gonna be first apprentice and who's gonna be second?
Oh, goodness.
It doesn't matter. I'm not the kind of Sufu who plays favorites.
Insolent spirit! Be gone from this child at once!
Burb.
Little mite of a mortal. Getting in my way again, I see.
You don't look so good. Maybe you should let us help you.
That is no concern of yours.
You want to fulfill people's wishes? I can help.
No. Only by doing it myself will I find peace.
Only by destroying the peace of others, and also their criminal record, will I find peace.
Otherwise, rage will consume me. If I lose control, all will turn to dust.
What is the source of your anger?
The curse of time. The memories this body holds.
Oh yeah, I've been there.
Come no closer.
Sorry, just trying to relate to you.
This is your final warning.
Insolent spirit! Be gone from this child at once!
Not again.
Huh? Traveler and Paimon? And two Adepti? Where are we? Weren't we just making Xiao lanterns in the harbor?
Gaming! You're back!
Ah! The sun is most scorching. Agitation stirs within me. I require cooling mint to beat this heat. And speaking of, Cloud Retainer has scorned this verdant wonder long enough.
Uh-oh.
It is time for her to feel its wrath.
I really thought she was gonna possess the songbird.
The wrath of mint!
They should have that as, like, the startup sound for Linux Mint.
Mountain Shaper, where are you going?
To do crime.
Oh no! Now Mountain Shaper's acting weird! Oh, you don't think it spread to him, do you?
I do.
Spread to him? Quickly now, explain to me what has been happening.
What? Was I really that rude? Jeez, someone get my dad to throw a slipper at me. I'm so...
Alright, that was dramatic.
Oh, you okay, Gaming?
Obviously no, Paimon. Come on.
He is fine. It is simply exhaustion. But to think Mountain Shaper would succumb to something like this, it is most unexpected.
So, what do? We can't just leave Gaming like this, but we can't ignore Mountain Shaper either, right?
My cultivation level rivals that of Mountain Shaper. Were I to give chase, Zizha would but flee from his form and take refuge in mine. Seek out Streetward Rambler. Cloud Retainer and the Conqueror of Demons should be with her. I shall take this child back to the harbor and join you post-haste.
Whoa! What are all the Adepti doing together?
We're having a party.
Rex Lapis charged us with keeping watch over Liyue Harbor should danger rear its head. I dare say this is the very crisis he anticipated. Come, we must devise a strategy before confronting Zizha.
Alright, well, I think, unfortunately, that might be where we are going to end today. We are able to continue the story next time. Next time we are together again. But that is where we shall have to leave it for today. As I have needed to go to the bathroom for about 20 minutes. And once I am back from the bathroom, we would only have maybe 3 minutes before I need to leave and prepare for work. As I am out the door in about 10 minutes here. We can finally go to Boo Boo Pharmacy. And then we'll finally hear Zhongli say, "Hello, little girl. I'm so sorry." We will start with that next week, though. We will start with that next week, and I will make sure that you are there so that you do not miss the thing you have been looking forward to. I will get us a little closer to being there. We have already met her just in the storyline that takes place years after this one. I do think, like, I love the idea that this is like a new story thing, so it is here perpetually. However, one issue is that from now on, any person who starts the game now will have the experience that I am, where, like, you're doing both storylines at the same time and they're interrupting each other, and one is set several years afterwards. So I do think that's an unfortunate mistake, because the game progression is now ruined permanently for new players. So, you know what occurs to me, something else we should probably do is, like, revive our party members. Like, we're literally just carrying around somebody who's unconscious. That's not great. But we will work on all of that next time, as is time for us to be done for today. Inipion says, I mean, I think it's at most a year or two later, not several, but what do you know? Oh yeah, maybe so. I don't know why I just assumed that, like, each world patch, each world patch would be, like, a year. And, like, they're on, was Fontaine year, like, the 5th one? And then they're on the 6th one right now? I'm not sure. But that'll do it for me today. I will see y'all later. I am thinking about having an art stream day. I'm just not sure what day I want to have that be. I don't know if I'm going to be able to hack it tomorrow morning, even though Friday does feel like a good day for it. So I will think about that, but I'm not going to make any promises for when the next one is. The next time you know that I will be here is next Wednesday for WoW Wednesday. We will be continuing to do things probably in World of Warcraft Midnight. And then Genshin will be on Thursday. Inipion says Fontaine was 4, she thinks, and Nodcry is 6. What was between? Wow, what? What? Wow. Natlan, okay. Liyue was still part of 1. Oh, okay, so, like, they had both Mondstadt and Liyue in the original release. I don't know why I just felt like each land they spent like a year there, but I really don't know where I got that idea. WoW is in WoW Wednesday. WoW Wednesday. WoW is in WoW Wednesday. WoW Wednesday. WoW Wednesday. Alright. Songville says, you probably got that idea from how WoW used to do its timeline. Yeah, that just makes sense to me. Like, we're in a new place. There's an extensive storyline. It takes us about a year to do that story. But I must go. I'm sorry. Farewell, everyone. Thank you for spending time. I'm trying to turn around. Thank you for spending some time with me here this morning. And I will see you all for the next stream. Have a great day. Have a good weekend. Goodbye. You are welcome, Songvale. Nini Pion says each nation does come out about every year in our time, but she does not know if that is game time. Yeah, and that might be part of why I think that too, because I'm like, isn't this game like about 6 or 7 years old? Goodbye. I'm sorry. Someday maybe I will not have to go to work, but today is not that day. Farewell, everyone. See you again soon. I will grab some hydration. Thank you very much, folks. You should grab some as well. Remember, you have to have 2 glasses of water because... We have to have 3 glasses of water because Nini Pion has clicked it twice and Songville once. Nini Pion got it a 3rd time. 4 glasses of water. I gotta go before we are going to drink so much water that we get water poisoning. Bye, everybody!